excellent to try to crack into Shakespeare with them and learn about text and the breakdown of text. So this is where we are in our work in progress, I would like to call it, for you to see today. And I hope you enjoy their work. Thank you.
Welcome to our monologues.
Where thinkest thou he is now? Sits he? Or stands he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse, to bear the weight of Antony! Do bravely, horse! For wouldest thou whom thou movest? The demi-atlas of this earth, the arm and burgonet of men. He's speaking now, or murmuring, where is my serpent of old Nile? For so he calls me. Now I fill myself with most delicious poison. Think on me, that am with Phoebus' Amora's pinches black. Broad-fronted Caesar, when thou wast here above ground, I was a morsel for a monarch. And great Pompey would stand and make his eyes grow in my brow. There he would anchor his aspect and die with looking on his life.
What? Do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are mortal. And mortal eyes cannot endure the devil. Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell. Thou hast the power over his mortal body. His soul thou canst not have. Therefore be gone. Foul devil, for God's sake, hence, and trouble us not. For thou hast made the happy earth thy hell, filled with cursing cries and deep exclaims. If thou delight to view thy heinous deeds, behold this pattern of thy butcheries. O gentlemen, see, see, dead Henry's wounds open their congealed mouths and bleed afresh. Blush, blush, thou look of foul deformity, for 'tis thy presence that exhales this blood from cold and empty veins, where no blood dwells. The deed, inhuman and unnatural, provokes this deluge, most unnatural. O God, which this blood madest, revenge his death. O earth, which this blood drinkest, revenge his death. Either in heaven with lightning strike the murderer dead, or earth, gape open wide, eat him quick. Thou dost swallow this good king's blood, which his hell-governed arm hath drinketh.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to save the end. The heartache and thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, For, aye, that is the rub, for what dreams may come after we have shuffled off this mortal coil? Must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The opposer's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of unworthy takes, when he himself might his quisitus make with a bare bodkin, who would Fairdale's bear? The grunt and sweat under a weary life, and that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, us rather bear those ills we have. The conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sickened o'er with the pale cast of thought, and the enterprise of great pith and moment, the regard of their current turn awry, and lose the name of action.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. Guess not so. Oh, she is late. Love herald should be docked, which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore, do nimble pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill. Of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours. Yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, he would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words were bandying her to my sweet love, and his to me. But all folks faint as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though, not a Montague. What's Montague? 'Tis nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name! What's in a name? That which we call a rose would by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called. Oh, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title, Romeo doth thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, in a fiction, in a dream of passion, force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her workings all his visage wane, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting forms to his conceit, and all for nothing! For Hecuba! What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He'd drown the stage in tears, and cleave the general air with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, keep, like John of Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a man upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my painted cross, plucks my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie of the throat, the deepest in the lungs. Who does me this? Ah! Swallows, for I should take it, for it cannot be. But I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter, or ere this, I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's awful, bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? Is it not, this is most brave that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words, and fall a-cursing, like a drab, a scullion, firehunt, foe, about my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, when struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll touch him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath the power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my own weakness and melancholy, for he is potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me.
Do not be so bitter with me. I
hath trimmed me, hence, and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nigh, and kill me too. And now so, he let me go quiet go, to Athens I will bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how fine I am.
Oh, you beast. Oh, faithless coward. Oh, dishonest wretch. Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield my mother, plague my father fair. For such a warped slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance. Die. Perish. My but by bending down, reprieve thee from thy fate, it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death. No word to save thee.
If music be the food of love, say on, and give me excess of that survey, the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall, that came over my ear like the sound that feeds upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. 'Tis not sweet now as it was before, O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters there, of what validity and pitch, so falls into abatement and no price, even in a minute, so full of shapes, fancy that alone is how fantastical.
By what reason think you to look pale? These two have enticed me hither to this place. A barren, detested vale this is. The trees, no summer, yet forlorn and lean, o'ercome with moss and baleful mistletoe. Here never shines the sun, here nothing grows unless the nightly owl or fatal raven. And when they showed me this abhorrent pit, they told me here at dead time of the night, 1,000 fiends, 1,000 hissing snakes, 10,000 swelling toads, as many urchins, would make such fearful and confused cries as to drive any mortal body straight mad, or else die suddenly. No sooner had they told this hellish tale, but straight they told me they would bind me onto the body of a dismal ewe, and lead me to this miserable death. And then they called me foul adulteress, lascivious Goth, in all the bitterest terms that ever ear did hear to such effect. And had you not by wondrous fortune come, this vengeance on me had they executed. Revenge it, as you love your mother's life, or be ye not henceforth called my children.
Hard to see, but I was one while, the first glance that I heard. Pardon. If I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now, but not till now, so much. But I am mastering, and faith, I lie. My thoughts are like unbridled children, grown, too headstrong for their mother. See, we fools, what I blab. Who will be true to us when we are so unsecret to ourselves? But though I love you well, I wound you not. And yet in good faith, I wish myself a man, or that we women had men's privileges of speaking first. Sweet bid, hold my tongue, for in this rapture I surely speak, the thing I shall revenge. See your silence, cooning and dumbness, from my weakness draws, my very soul of counsel, stop my mouth.
Five. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow. Dart not scornful glances from those eyes. To wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor, it blots thy beauty as frost do bite the leaves. Confounds thy fame as whirlwind shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none so dry or so thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one who cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, by both sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold. Whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and cravest no
seems that women are so simple, to offer war where they should kneel for peace. And when, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway, when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but then our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you forward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws, our strength is weak, our weakness past compare. That seeming to be most which we indeed least are. So veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot. In token of which duty, if you please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Now, Delver, wherefore write you know? What monsters her accuser? Leonatus? Oh, master, what strange infection has fallen into thy ear? What false Italian has poisonous tongue his hand it hath prevailed on thy too ready hearing? Disloyal, no! Should punish for her truth and undergoes more godless wife than wife like such a soul, as would take instant virtue. Oh, my master, the mind hers now as low as were they thy full. How that I should murder her upon the love, truth, and vows which I have made to thy command? I, her blood? If it be so to do good service, never that may be counted serviceable. How look I that I should see to lack humanity, so much as this fact comes to? Do it the letter they have sent her by her own command. Shall give thee opportunity, O damned paper, black as the ink that's on thee. Art I in senseless babble, art thou a fair diary for this act, and lookest so virgin like that? Lo, here she comes. I am ignorant in what I am commanded.
Thus I make my fall my purse, mine own gain knowledge and fame. If I would, time would expand with such a snipe, but for my sport or profit. I hate them more, and it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets he has done my office. I know not if be true, but I, for mere suspicion of that kind, will do as if full surely. He holds me well, the better shall my purpose work on him. Cassio's a proper man, to hold his place but plume up my will? In double knavery? How? How? Let's see. After some time to abuse a fellow's ear, much of which he is accustomed to for his wife, he hath a person and a smooth disposed to be suspected, framed to make women seem false, the more is of a free and open nature, one that think men honest, and to be tenderly led by the nose as asses are. I haven't. It is engendered. Hell and night must bring this monstrous birth to the world's light.